कितने हल्के हो चिंटू, मैं तुमको उठा दे रही हूँ। मैं भी तो तुमको उठा दे रहा हूँ। दम है तो मुझे उठा कर दिखाओ चिंटू। चल तू भी आजा। तुम हट जाओ चिंकी। चल कलुआ बैठ जा। अरे उड़ गया।
Oh no!
तू तो बहुत ही ज्यादा भारी है रे कलुआ। अरे चिंटू लगी तो नहीं? बहुत जोर से लगी है। अरे बारिश होने लगी। अब तो बारिश में हम जम कर नहाएंगे। मैं भी 3 महीनों से नहाया नहीं हूँ। इस बार बारिश में जम कर नहाऊंगा, बड़ा मजा आएगा। तो आ जाओ बारिश में नहाते हैं। ये बहुत तेज बारिश हो रही है चिंकी। तुम भी आओ चिंटू। अरे ये देखो चिंकी, इतना जल्दी कितना पानी भर गया। तो चलो पानी में तैरते हैं। हाँ चलो। मैं तो पानी के नीचे तैरूंगा। अरे कलुआ, तेरे मुंह में तो मछली फंस गई है। लगता है गांव में बाढ़ आ गया है चिंटू। बाढ़? हाँ, अरे पानी में मछलियाँ हैं। इसका मतलब नदी टूट गई है और नदी का पानी गांव में आने लगा है। तू सही बोल रहा है कलुआ। ये देखो गांव में कितना पानी भर गया है और भरता ही जा रहा है। हमारी तो गर्दन तक पानी आ गया है। अब क्या करें? मुझे तो तैरना भी नहीं आता। मम्मी बचाओ। इससे पहले और पानी बढ़े। चलो जल्दी घर चलते हैं। हाँ चलो। पापा, पापा, कहाँ चले गए पापा? मैं यहाँ हूँ चिंकी। अरे पापा, आप वहाँ क्या कर रहे हो? जल्दी जल्दी घर का सामान बाहर निकालो। गांव में बाढ़ आ गई है। पहले अपनी अपनी जान बचाओ और घर का सामान भूल जाओ। तो कैसे जान बचाए पापा? चलो बाहर कार के ऊपर चढ़ जाते हैं। पहले नीचे तो आओ। चलो सब चढ़ जाओ। अरे बाप रे, पूरा गांव बाढ़ की पानी में आधा डूब गया है।
Oh no!
वो देखो, गाय और भैंस सभी बाढ़ में बह रहे हैं। वो देखो, एक सांप भी कार पे चढ़ गया है। चिंटू जल्दी उस बकरी को पकड़ लो, वो डूब रही है। अब तो कार भी डूब गई। अब क्या करें पापा? अब तो हम भी डूबने वाले हैं पापा।
Oh no!
The spotlight hit the stage, but for a moment, it seemed too bright for the boy standing there. His clothes were worn, his shoes were old, and his hands trembled as he clutched the microphone. The judges exchanged quick glances, unsure of what to expect. To them, he looked like any other nervous contestant, but what they didn't know was that his voice was about to change everything. The boy's name was Daniel. He had grown up in poverty, raised by his mother who worked long hours just to keep food on the table. Music was his only escape. While other children played with toys, Daniel sang under the stars at night, his voice echoing across the small village he called home. His neighbors often paused in silence when they heard him, saying, "That boy's voice is pure gold." But dreams seemed too far away for someone like him. He had no money for music lessons, no instruments, and no stage experience. All he had was raw talent and the courage to dream. When Daniel stepped onto that talent show stage, he carried the weight of his life with him. He remembered nights when he and his mother went hungry. He remembered the way classmates mocked him for his ragged clothes. He remembered how he used to sing outside the school gates because he couldn't afford the fees for choir practice. All of that pain and struggle built up inside him like a storm, waiting for this one chance to be released. As the music started, Daniel closed his eyes. His voice rose into the air, trembling at first, but then gaining strength, power, and beauty. The song carried his soul, every word wrapped with the story of his hardships, every note painted with the love he had for his mother. The audience, at first skeptical, grew silent. Then the silence turned into tears. People in the crowd wiped their faces, overwhelmed by the purity and emotion of his performance. The judges leaned forward, unable to believe what they were hearing. One judge whispered, "This boy. He's not just singing. He's telling the world his story." Another pressed her hand against her heart as tears streamed down her face. Halfway through the song, Daniel hit a note so powerful, so full of pain and hope, that the entire room erupted in applause. The crowd rose to their feet, cheering, crying, screaming his name. The judges couldn't wait a second longer. In that instant, one of them smashed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rained down, glittering like stars falling from the sky. Daniel froze, stunned, his voice cracking as he realized what had just happened. His mother, sitting in the audience, buried her face in her hands, sobbing uncontrollably. Years of sacrifice, struggle, and sleepless nights had finally led to this moment. Daniel dropped to his knees on stage, tears pouring down his cheeks. For once in his life, he wasn't just a poor boy from a small village. He was a star, shining brighter than the golden confetti falling around him. The judges rushed to the stage, embracing him, telling him that his voice was one of the most powerful they had ever heard. Behind the glitter and lights, though, was a story of resilience. Daniel had faced challenges that would have broken many others: poverty, ridicule, rejection, and hopelessness. But he never let go of his dream. His hardships gave his voice depth, his struggles gave his music soul, and his courage gave him the strength to stand on that stage. As the show ended, the host asked Daniel what he wanted most in life. With tears still streaming down his face, he looked at his mother and said, "I just want to give her a better life. She believed in me when no one else did. This golden buzzer is for her." The audience erupted again, clapping and cheering louder than ever before. From that day, Daniel's life was never the same. He went from singing under the stars in his village to performing on the world's biggest stages. But no matter how high he rose, he always remembered where he came from. He never forgot the nights of hunger, the pain of rejection, and the love of his mother who never gave up on him. The story of Daniel is not just about winning a competition, it's about proving that no matter how poor, how broken, or how forgotten you feel, your voice, your dreams, and your heart can still shine like pure gold. And as he once sang in that life-changing performance, sometimes the world doesn't need perfection, it needs truth, and truth was exactly what his voice carried that night.